build a bench. You can lay things on top of it, you can sit on it, strike model poses. Isn't that great? You say you want one too? Perfect, because I have the instructions. So, lass uns anfangen. I went to Home Depot and purchased 7 2x4s and 3 4x1s. Let's start by cutting the lumber into pieces. You will need, starting with the 2x4s, 7 pieces that are 72 inches long or about 183 centimeters, and 14 pieces that are 16 inch long or about 41 centimeters. Next up are the 1x4s. They need to be 19.5 inches or about 50 centimeters long, and you need 12 of those. And this will finish the cuts. The wood is kind of rough, so I will run it through the planer to smoothen it. This means there will be a little bit less sanding to do later. Get all the pieces together to run them through as quick as possible. You do not want to spend all day with the planer. As I purchased the lumber, the edges were round. However, for this bench, I want a more modern look with sharp edges. So I'm using my table saw to cut a few millimeters of each side to get the sharp edges. All the edges are sharp. It's time to sand the wood smooth. Like always, let's try to have some fun with some good music. Nice and smooth. The next step is to put this whole bench together. I'm using wood glue and bread nails. I built a similar bench a long time ago and it's still holding together. I never had any issues with it. However, if you feel like wood glue and bread nails will not be strong enough for you, you can always use regular screws. Make sure all the pieces are square before you nail them in place. It's not going to look good if one piece is off. It's gonna look scheiße. I'm using my Ryobi bread nailer. Apply some glue, spread the glue, and nail it together. Do the same with the other pieces. It goes 1 2x4 and then 1 1x4. Then again 1 2x4 and then 1 1x4, and so on. Apply the glue, spread the glue, and nail it together. It is almost unavoidable that you will hit another nail. When you do so, the top nail will bend outwards and it might stick out of the wood. Just use your Dremel and cut it off. Once fully assembled, the bench will be kind of heavy, therefore I decided to finish it on the floor since I might not be able to lift it off the table myself at a later point. The bench will be placed outside on top of paved stones, so I need something that I can adjust the bench with to make it level. I'm using furniture hardware that is adjustable in height. Like this, it's easy to level out the bench. Like always, a lot of the products I'm using are ordered from Amazon, and I will provide a link in the description below. Pre-drill a hole deep enough to fill the whole length of the screw. Then use a hammer to tap in the hardware before screwing in the leg piece. Give the piece a last quick sand with a fine grit before applying the stain. Make sure it's dust-free. There are different ways to get the dust off. One way would be to wipe the piece with a towel. A much cooler way would be to just use a leaf blower. And that's what we have so far before applying the stain. Oh, and by the way, I decided to round over just the two top edges on both sides to get a more even look. For the stain, I'm using Minwax wood finish. I chose to rub it in by using a cloth. Take off any excess stain and then let it dry overnight. It's the next day now, and I want to add an extra layer of protection since the bench will be outside. I'm using Minwax Polyurethane Fast Drying Clear Satin Spray. Apply at least 3 layers and let it dry in between. In hindsight, will this stuff kill my grass? As already mentioned, I applied a total of 3 coats, then it's time to let it dry. After my last coat, this bird decided to mess with my finish. What kind of bird is it anyways? Kush kush! And wir fertig! This project was a lot of fun. Like always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate everyone's support. Please like, comment and subscribe. Tschüss! Okay, one more time. Now that's it.